Okay, so talk to us a little bit about this case and why the Institute for Justice is condemning the city surrounding this case with Kaylee.
So the city of Navasota sent out an arrest warrant for a woman just because she had two overdue library books. They then convicted her of a misdemeanor and suspended her driver's license, plus fined her hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
This is not just outrageous, but it's also unconstitutional. Under the Constitution, the punishment has to fit the crime.
How was this allowed? How were they allowed to criminalize this woman? I mean, what policy is in place to say that this was the penalty for that?
So the city passed a law in 1990, making it a misdemeanor offense
Mhm.
to not return library books. So this law has been on the books for 35 years, and it looks like it's something that they actively enforce. They can have this law, but the Constitution says that it is unconstitutional. So they should reform this law. They should repeal this law and take it off the books.
And have you all ever seen any cases like this before? Have you seen this case previously or anything that looked kind of as bizarre as you would say like this?
Unfortunately, we've seen examples of excessive fines and fees across the country. For example, we represented someone who was fined $30,000 just because they had long grass. We represented someone else who was fined $100,000 because two of the tires on her car were touching the grass in her driveway. So unfortunately, all too often, government officials just lack good common sense. And they prosecute people, they go after them too aggressively, and they violate the Constitution.
It sounds like maybe some of these people who get hit with these laws or get hit with the enforcement thereof, it sounds like these may be people who are looking for, they don't even have that money to spend. They don't even have the money to pay the fines, whether it be the long grass. Kaylee, in her case, she said, $500 for an ordinance. Like, I just had a baby. What? I just can't just dish out this money. Speak about why kind of sometimes we see governments going after people who may make low incomes.
Kaylee is a stay-at-home mom of 5 kids. She has a 3-month-old baby at home. She shouldn't be hauled into court and criminally charged for library books. She can't afford to pay $600 in fines. And cities should know better than to try to go after people like this who didn't do anything wrong. Kaylee didn't even know that she had these books because the city was sending notices to the wrong address. This was an honest mistake. She shouldn't be a criminal because of it.
And for Kaylee, I don't know if you guys are in direct contact with her, but for her, what would be you all's recommendation? Do you think that Kaylee should pursue legal action against the city? I know that that's also hard for people who make low incomes to get a lawyer and to pay court costs and court fees and things of that nature. So, what is your recommendation to Kaylee and any other person who finds themselves in this situation?
So we have been in contact with Kaylee. She's a very nice woman. She actually has her own lawyer and they're trying to work out solutions right now. We've been talking to them.
Mhm.
We would hope that the city would repeal this law so that this doesn't happen to anybody else. And if somebody is in a situation where they think the government is violating their rights, they should contact us. Our website is ij.org, and they can contact us through our website. We're a national nonprofit law firm, and we fight government abuse across the country.
And another question, I know we kind of spoke about it, but speak about the humanitarian perspective of what Kaylee's going through. Of course, ordinances are sometimes made without thinking about the everyday person, but speak about her being that new mom. She said that now she's had to prepare if she's going to go to jail for it. She's had to breastfeed and start pumping, setting things to the side because she has a relatively newborn baby. So speak about how sometimes government may miss the mark on when they're speaking directly to people in those situations.
Government officials, I think that there's a lot of good people out there in government, but others just lack common sense. And they have to remember that their job is to serve the people. And they have to think that when they pass a law, there's going to be consequences. And here, that consequence is a mom with a 3-month-old baby is worried that she's going to go to jail. Nobody should be put in that situation. Nobody should have to worry about going to jail because of library books, especially not a new mom with a 3-month-old baby.